When the X-Men find themselves at the center of an intergalactic conspiracy, will they be able to save themselves and the Earth? Well, let's hop into the pages of X-Men issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the book, the Merry Mutants are still making themselves comfortable in the Treehouse, their brand new New York base of operations. Gambit is especially making himself comfortable right now, playing cards with the Thing, Black Cat, and Rhino, something that ticks off Rogue. After all, the whole point of the Treehouse and this brand new X-Men team is to try and show humankind that the mutants, and by extension the nation of Krakoa, is nothing to be feared, and that's not going to happen if Remy is partying it up with every member of the bar with no name. Still though, if a little recreational gambling bothers Rogue, then she's positively going to hate what comes next. You see, up in space we see Quadraset Jones, the leader of Game World, that crazy casino planet, is taking bets again from the Marvel cosmic scene on who will be the first to destroy the X-Men and the Earth. A group of well-dressed creepy blue aliens say they got just the ticket. They're sending one of their guys through a wormhole right now to Earth with a piece of Black Death. Essentially a little glass bottle that carries with it a small piece of the Annihilation Wave, and you only need a little piece of the Annihilation Wave if you're going to try and destroy all of Earth. The wave ends up touching down in rural America, which means the X-Men are going to have to book it if they hope to make it there in time and make the save. Now back at the base, we actually pick up with the ongoing story of Synch. You'll remember if you were reading the main X-Men book under Hickman that he and X-23 had gone inside the Vault, a place where time dilation is different and where he and Laura had lived hundreds of years together and eventually fell in love. That is, of course, until X-23 was killed and backed up without these memories. Synch, on the other hand, does remember, and that knowledge is pretty damn torturous. Luckily, Jean Grey is there to help him with a psychic therapy session. The X-Men get the alert about the Annihilation Wave threat, and they all pile aboard the Thunderbird to go and fight the good fight. Jerry Duggan does an excellent job referencing the other works of Jerry Duggan when Rogue says that she remembers hearing stories about how terrifying the Annihilation Wave was from Captain America during her time on the Uncanny Avengers. The bugs from the Annihilation Wave are playing by the Blob rules. That is, Blob is in the old horror movie and not Blob is in the X-Men's favorite bartender. Everything they eat causes them to grow in mass and become more and more destructive. Luckily, the X-Men team has the powers to put all these bugs under a giant dome that'll hopefully slow their progress and give them the time they need to take them out at the source. This is also where Cyclops really gets a chance to shine too as a field leader, directing all of his teammates to use their powers in conjunction with each other. X-23 gets to go nuts and kill as many bugs as she wants because they're not really sentient beings. My favorite combo move is Polaris throwing a bunch of logs up in the air for Cyclops to hit them with his concussive blast, making millions and millions of spears that end up impaling a bunch of the bugs. It's around this time too Jean ends up getting one of her oh so important psychic premonitions that she always gets. Her and Polaris decide to go deeper inside the bug mound in a very Aliens-esque scene to try and see what exactly are making these things tick. It's true they don't really have minds in the most traditional sense, but Jean is ultimately still able to glean something from inside their hive mind, something that will no doubt be important to the story later on. From there, the main cleanup actually goes to Sunfire, a character who so rarely gets to let loose with the full force of his mutant star powers, but hey, here we are. In fact, we even get a nice little monologue from the guy himself, saying how he spent so much of his life serving the Japanese government and finding no joy in it. Then he eventually joined the X-Men and the Avengers before eventually joining Krakoa and ultimately finding the same emptiness he found in serving the Japanese nation. It's because of that he wanted himself to be a member of this new X-Men team and go back to doing traditional good-hearted hero stuff. In fact, for the part he played in burning up all the bugs, Sunfire is hailed as a hero by all the people of this podunk small town, and in fact I think the main guy there in the Deadpool shirt is actually supposed to be Jerry Duggan, but I could be wrong. In a nice feel-good finale too, the X-Men are actually invited by the small townsfolk to a celebratory post-battle barbecue, and again, getting to see humans and mutant break bread is something we haven't gotten to see very often in this Krakoan era, so it's nice. But wait, we're not done yet because we have yet another post-stinger. This time we're introduced to a character who goes by the codename Dr.Stasis. They work for Orchis in, get this, the Human Resources Division. Stasis has made it his mission to try and crack the secrets of Krakoan resurrection and how the mutants have managed to defeat death and how they can hopefully use it against them as the comic comes to a close. And so that was X-Men issue number 2, everybody, and overall I enjoyed it, but I couldn't shake the feeling that it felt like, well, a lot like the first issue. Alien threat comes comes to Earth, the mutants come together and defeat said alien threat, become big heroes to the rest of humanity, and show them that Krakoa and mutant kind isn't as scary as they've built them up to be, and then we even get a stinger with an evil mad scientist at the end. That's not to say any of it is bad, quite the opposite. I really enjoyed issue 1, and I liked this one too. I just couldn't help but feel that there was a little bit of diminishing returns going on. I can also appreciate that this X-Men book is looking to be a more super-heroic alternative to the high-minded political intrigue stuff going on in all the other X-Men books at the moment. But 2 issues in, it just feels like this book is missing that extra ingredient, that extra little something that has made this brand new Dawn of X era of X Hickman stuff so good. Overall, this one most definitely gets the job done, which is why I give it a positive 7 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cave Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.